Grade 2 scales. 2 sharp group, F sharp and C sharp. D major, 2 octaves, hands separately and together. Right hand. Left hand. Together. The relative minor is B minor. Here's B natural minor, right hand. Left hand. Together. When we play A harmonic minor, we raise the seventh. For B harmonic minor, that is A sharp. Here's the right hand. Left hand. Together. Two flat group is B flat and E flat. Here is B flat major with the right hand. Left hand. Together. The relative minor is G minor. Here is G natural minor, right hand. Left hand. Together. When we play the harmonic minor, we raise the seventh note. For G harmonic minor, that's F sharp. Here is the right hand. Left hand. Together. G melodic minor is where we raise the 6th and 7th scale degree ascending and lower it descending. The descending is the same as the natural minor. Here's G melodic minor, right hand. Left hand. Now for the contrary motion scales in 2 octaves. Let's start with the 1 sharp group, G major. And now for the relative minor, E harmonic minor. Now for the 1 flat group, F major. And the relative minor, D harmonic minor. For the chromatic scale, we will commence on D and we'll do 2 octaves hands separately. Here's the right hand. left hand. Technical work, exercise 2A, thumb driving, right hand, and bass driver, left hand. Purpose: to achieve a clear, even legato every time the thumb passes under the hand and every time the hand crosses over the thumb, and to move the hand and arm calmly and evenly with no sudden or large movements of the elbow. Both thumb driving and bass driver are swung. That means that instead of having straight quavers, we swing it in a long, short pattern. With the start of thumb driving, we are going to be climbing from D to F to G to G sharp to then put our thumb back under on A. And we're going to go up and down and up. For bar 3, we will use our thumb having tucked under at the end of bar 2 as our starting point, and we will play the D up the octave, and then we will wiggle around the G, G sharp and A spot. Besides the D at the start of bar 3, the rest of bar 3 is only played with the thumb and the middle finger, using a chromatic fingering. We also have a triplet in this bar. Because the swing rhythm happens on the quaver level, it does not happen on the triplet quaver level. So, rhythmically, that bar would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then similarly, for bar 4, we're descending down all of our notes. Dynamically, we are just following the shape of the melodic contour. When we go up in pitch, we go up in volume. When we go down in pitch, we go down in volume. Bass driver follows a very similar premise. At the beginning, we are descending from D down to our thumb under G and back. In bar 3, we also have that triplet, so we'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Please note that when coming down, we have an E. This is the only E in the exercise, and it might sound a little bit out of place, but it's meant to be there. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then going to bar 4, we have a kind of like a blues scale going up with triplets ending on a crotchet. And same with thumb driving, the melodic contour informs the dynamics. So as we go down, we're getting softer. As we go up, we're getting louder. Exercise 2B, Too Tame to Tango. Purpose: to coordinate the hand successfully when each carries an independent melodic line, to apply independent dynamic shaping to each part, and to apply independent patterns of articulation to each part. Now, what's important with this piece is that tango element. You can hear it with the slurs to staccato. Those staccatos need to be nice and crisp. Now, the rhythm of the main musical idea here is this 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 3, 4. This is going to be really important to have very, very sturdy before doing anything hands together. This is a little bit canonic in the way that the left hand is more or less copying the right hand a bar later. I'll play it hands separately so you can hear that. The left hand just doesn't quite finish the melodic part that the right hand had. And then the left hand just ends on. Now the main difference is the left hand in bar 5. It is doing something that it doesn't happen anywhere else in the piece. It's going. Now what I find very interesting about those two notes is there's no staccato on them. So those are going to be extremely important to hold for their full value. Kind of imagine as if there's a tenuto marking on those notes. And not do. Now, when putting these hands together, I think the best way to think about it is where do the notes line up and practicing to that next lining up moment. I call this the bit by bit method. Here's an example of how one may practice this exercise with the bit by bit method. And you can continue like that all through the tune. A good point of call, if you don't want to go to every single hands lining up moment, is to do to every half of the next bar. So to go to beat 1, then beat 3, then beat 1, then beat 3. Another aspect of this is that the dynamics are kind of doing their own thing between the hands. So it's important to note where the peak of the dynamics are for each hand. Now, thankfully, there's an easy way to spot it. The highest note in the right hand is E, which we see in bar 3, 4, and 7 and 8, and the E in the left hand in bar 4 and 8. That is when we want to be our loudest because we've hit the highest pitch on the exercise. So, if we play extremely slowly, hands together, we can start to bring those dynamic shapes out. Something that will help you to bring the dynamics out is making sure that when you start, and also at bar 6, that you are a true piano dynamic. If you start too loud, it will be a lot harder to make the crescendos and decrescendos more noticeable. Exercise 2C. Take the slow train, right hand, and backtrack, left hand. Purpose: to play broken chord patterns with secure hand shapes and confident, timely shifts from one position to the next. Now, first and foremost, both of these exercises are using an F major chord, FAC. So note-wise, those are the only notes we have. Now, minus 1 or 2 moments where we have a finger switch, such as bar 1 of each exercise, and a lot of this can be taught by finding the hand position for that arpeggio and keeping it there spread across the octave. So the first shape is this in bar 1. In bar 2 we have, then in bar 3 we have followed by. So if you practice going from one chord position to another as a solid chord, then break it down, it will be a lot easier to have that secure hand shape they're looking for. So bar 3 I think is quite important because we've got this repeating motif but on 2 kind of hand positions. So we firstly have, which is a 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Lifting your thumb up at the end will help you prepare for the next hand motion. And then the last bit. Now, much like a lot of these exercises, the dynamics follow the melodic contours. So as we go up, we get louder. As we go down, we get softer. Here's Take the Slow Train, a lot slower than the final speed. Backtrack does much of the same thing. We can find our hand positions in these octave chords. First bar, then in the second bar. The third bar starts the same, moves up to here, and then back to here. Now the rhythm in this is identical to the Take the Slow Train. The main difference is that in the final bar we're going, so that's good to note. Here is Backtrack with the left hand, nice and slow.